Hey YouTube, you know me, it's Paul with Washington Pro Carpet Cleaning, and you're here for another episode of carpet cleaning. You can see here I've got the encapstore.com products on my top shelf. The same way the bar puts their premium liquor on the top shelf, I put my Encap Store Dragonfire and the Green Dragon and the Odor Death on the top shelf, because that's what it is, top shelf. It just does amazing. Anyway, I'm going to use 4 of these 2-ounce scoops of Dragonfire. The scoops are 2 ounces each. They come with your 6-pound jar. And if you go to the encapstore.com, you can actually get a 2-pound jar now. So you don't have to spend, as much on a 6-pound if you're not getting as much work right away. So up to you. And then you can graduate and get the 6-pound jars by the case is the cheapest way to do it. It's the end cap store. And I'm showing this because I'm going to show you the carpet I'm doing out here today is up on the island. And it has a white Berber carpet. And it has a bunch of pet stains and some other stains. Over that top right there is the water that goes across to Seattle. It is a beautiful day here, probably around 54 degrees, a little cloudy.
All vacuumed, ready to go?
Very typical for the Northwest Washington area.
Okay, Mary, thanks.
And today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill this bucket up. You saw me put the Dragonfire, 8 ounces, in my 2-gallon bucket. And I lost my rinse-a-roo hose, if you guys are familiar with my older videos. So I have this short hose. I think it's an old vacuum hose I had in my garage. And if I have to, I'll just put it up to the sink and fill the bucket up. So we'll go inside, find out what the sink looks like in here. And I do have in the bucket a paint stir, a wood stir. You can pick those up free. Walmart or Home Depot, I think, is where I got mine. So here, I found the bathroom. If I can find the lights, I turn the switch on, that's the fan. Okay, what's going on here? Let's see what we got. There it is. So not too many houses have the switches above each other. That top one was the fan. The bottom switch was the light. But we do have a deep stainless steel sink here in this bathroom, so I should be able to fit the bucket. We may not need the hose. So what I'll do is get the hot water running. Let me get that warmed up real quick. Okay. And the powdered products, I like the powdered products. I'm trying to go all powder if I can. That's why I wish the CLO2 was simple. What's up, guys? Wish the CLO2 was simple in powder form, but I have to look into that. I think Becker's has some, but for now, the Odor Death does a great job. It's stabilized. But the thing I love about these products is, watch, as soon as the hot water hits it, it pretty much dissolves. So in past videos, you see me put the 4 scoops in my sprayer, then just put the water in the sprayer and shake it up. The only reason I've been putting it in my bucket, I like to leave a little bit on the bottom once I dump it out, and I'll dip my pads in there if I'm going to use a wet pad. And on this job, I'm going to use a microfiber scrubbing strip pad, and I'm going to put it in the bucket and squeeze it out with the water that's left. The paint stir is only because it's almost like your favorite chocolate milk. You know what I mean? Or Tang or whatever. You definitely want to shake it up and get all the goodness into the liquid. I don't want to leave any on the bottom. And typically, like I said, it dissolves fantastic by itself. No bubbles. That little bit of bubbles is just on the surface. And what I'll do is I'll dump this into my 2-gallon sprayer, like I said, and I'll leave a little bit in it so that we can use it as a dip for the pad that I'm gonna saturate and then wring out. So let me get this out of our way. And I've had people ask me, the lighting here you'll see, about ride-alongs and stuff like that. I don't do ride-alongs, but the camera is your ride-along. I mean, you're with me right now. You're walking beside me. Look at all that soil, pet stains. It's basically like when you watch my videos, I try to get you in the same area as what I'm doing so that you can see those stains. So you feel like you're right here with me, just looking over my shoulder. And if you have questions, you can always comment on the particular video and I'll tell you or try to answer and help you. But I mean, this is really, it's essentially like you're with me. And I'll do that little set of stairs. I'll show you that at the end. So let me get out here, get a few things that we're gonna need. Put this hose away. That stack of towels or walk-off towels, it's good if you're a carpet cleaner and you're watching, have a few towels or a rug. I like the towels because I can set them at the entry, wipe my feet off if I need to. And here's the 175. Let me open this door and we'll grab the 2-gallon sprayer. Using the pump-up sprayer, not the lithium-powered, only because I can control how much pressure. This tank will hold 45 psi before the little valve pops. And with the lithium-powered pump on there, I don't have to pump, but it stops at about 35 psi, so it takes a little bit longer to spray. But I found that it just, 10, 15 pumps at a time makes it easy on this if you're not doing a real big job. So anyway, I'll dump this in there, and there may be a little bit left in the bottom, maybe an inch worth, and that's from the previous job that I did, but it's the same exact chemical. So if it wasn't, or I was dealing with wool and I didn't want to use the Dragon Fire on wool and I wanted to use the Green Dragon, I just dumped that bottom part out. But again, mixing in the bucket ensures that you got every bit of the goodness, all the cleaning juice you could use. And I'm not sure, I sped up, I had about a 49-minute video on the cleaning part here. So I believe I sped this up 2 times, just so we could get through it. If you look over there on the right, you'll see the 175 waiting to get into use. And I'm going to hit some of these pea stains and stuff. It's going to just dissipate and dissolve the matter as I spray it. The Dragon Fire, the beautiful thing about it, it's a 10.5 pH. And if you know anything about the warranties on new carpet, you can't go above 10.5 on the pH scale with any type of cleaning, or you void the warranty. So this is older carpet, but if it was newer carpet, just so you know, you wouldn't want to spray a 14 pH ammonia on it for spotting or gum or stuff. You'd have to stick to the Dragon Fire. But the Dragon Fire is oxy boosted, which means it already has a sodium percarbonate, which is basically your 20 volume 6% peroxide built into the solution. And I did a job the other day because I was boosting with the sodium percarbonate I was buying, and I ended up realizing that I really don't need to boost. It already has the peroxide in the solution, and it does work great. So And the customer pre-vacuumed everything. Once I got there, she was vacuuming it. You will notice on my black shirt a lot of white cat hair. I carry a roller with me, so before I go to the next job, I'll have to roll the hair off of my shirt. But that happens. You know, the hair could be on the walls, who knows? Or in the garage when I walked in, maybe I picked up some on my shirt. But you can see already just through the camera lens, everywhere I'm spraying, it's basically coming clean. You know what I mean? I could get a CRB if I wanted to and just counter rotate brush it and then have them vacuum it the next day if I chose to. But we're going to do the scrubbing strips, microfiber. I think it's a 17 or 19 inch pad. It's a mighty pad. Everything I use comes from the end cap store, so if you're interested, there's the pad. I'll put this down and show it to you. It says Mighty in the middle. I did drop it in the bucket, wring it out, so we're good to go. I'll put the 17-inch drive plate on my unit, and then I'll get on the pad and we'll scrub it. I've seen a couple guys put the driver on top of the pad and then move the machine and just lower it and kind of start their machine. I don't know how you get it locked into place, but maybe that's a trick somebody can update me about in the comments. And let me know how you do that. You know, if you're, I don't want to break anything, but they just they don't put the plate on the machine and then the machine on the pad. They lay the pad down and put the driver on top of the pad, then set the machine on top, and somehow it clicks into place. So not sure how that works. And these cords, I've been saying I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to cut it, do a pigtail. There's the Iron Man that I'm going to use. I'll use both sides halfway through, then I'll switch it over. This one I'm just going to use one side because it's basically doing the scrubbing. And again, if I had you up over my shoulder looking down, which I'm trying to find a device that I can clip on my hat, or the thing around the neck just bounces too much. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but if you were right up on top of it and looking down where I'm looking, you'd be amazed. The scrub strips are just taking everything out of the surface of the carpet. Back where there was that big oil spot here on the door ledge, completely gone. And what I do is I find a marker. When you're doing this in a large area like this, you can lose track of where you're at. So if you can kind of tell I'm using the two doors as a marker. I'll go at least to the edge of the door, both sides, all the way back, probably about 8 foot, and then I'll move over to the left and I'll go from the edge of the door to the next area. And if I turn and I go the next direction, I might use the desk as a marker and just go back and forth. And so if you're new to OP cleaning, orbital pad cleaning, or rotary cleaning, you'll definitely want to find a marker. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take either a pad or a spotting bottle or a brush or something I have with me, and I'll set it to the side, and that'll be my marker, so I know I'm coming back and forth. I definitely, with Dick's Sporting Goods, I did a big area. I had to do that, put the spray bottle to the left so I knew where I left off, because it was dark gray carpet in the first place, so it helps, those little tips, to stay on track. Sorry, I'm out of the photo range there. I do have a clip-on, I don't know what they call them, a fisheye or a large angle lens that I got a few years ago as a Christmas gift. And it just clips over the camera lens on my cell phone. And it's a wide angle, so you'd actually see more. It's just, it weighs a little bit. So when I use this little fold-up cell phone holder, the weight kind of tips it over if I push down, if I'm aiming down like this. So I got to figure that thing out. Once I figure that out, I'll put the wide angle on and I'll be able to set it in the corner and you'll see the whole room. It should be awesome. And again, remember, I sped this up 2 times normal speed. So I'm not whipping over it. I'm taking my time. I'm doing a good, thorough job. And also, for those of you that see my hand shaking and moving up and down like I'm operating a jackhammer, it's actually not that severe. And I could tuck the handle into my waist, put my left leg forward, and you would have no movement. I just have to do a smaller area and control the machine. But I choose to, there's no labor to it whatsoever. I just set it out, I lift it, it goes one direction, lower the handle a tiny bit, it goes the other direction. So it's pretty much automated, and it's not hurting my shoulders or anything, the shake or the bounce, so don't worry about that. I know I always get people chiming in and saying, oh, you need to do this, you're not holding the machine right. Just check out the results, you'll see. It works beautiful. If there's an easier way, I will know. I'm always looking for an easier method. So I get over here. This is the entry. The house is actually a split level home. So this is the basement. You go up those little stairs, you're on the main floor, which is all wood and beautiful wool area rugs, which I'll be cleaning in 6 months. And then you go up another small set of stairs and you're where the bedrooms are. And I think another family room, but you can clearly see here, just with the wet, moist pad and the scrub strips, this entry is where they enter the house pretty much all the time. It comes in from the garage. I mean, I could actually stop after using the scrub pad and it would dry and be beautiful, but I'm just going to go over it with the Ironman dry cotton pad to dry it out, get as much moisture out as I can. This is a polypropylene, I think, rug. And if you're familiar with this style rug, it holds moisture. And the little bumps or little pockets, loops they call it, on the carpet, if you take your hand and make a fist and then look at your hand and think of the little entry points to the side, water flows down and it goes into the center of your hand or into the center of the loop or tuft on the Berber. So the moisture can get trapped in there and you'll get wick back, and especially if you're steam cleaning, you definitely need to bring air dryers in, because you'll steam clean it, it'll look great, and then as it evaporates, the water that got tucked or stuck in the pocket, or think of it as the palm of your hand, will weed its way out, and whatever dirt it had along the way with it will be wicked back to the surface. So that's why I wanted to use the Ironman and just kind of do an additional dry pass. And because it's a low moisture cleaning, the evaporation process of the first step with the scrub pad's already starting to evaporate. And here, I don't move any furniture, but this client, I've been doing her house for years. She always puts the furniture moving sliders underneath everything that she wants moved. And so I just clean one area, then I'll shift the sofa and the chair out of my way. Very easy, no labor whatsoever. And she's good with that. Let me set you guys up on this way. And you see how white the carpet is already? That's just from the dragon fire. This stuff is amazing, and it'll dry and it'll look exactly the way you want it to look. It'll be clean. So I recommend any carpet cleaner. They keep selling out of that product. I'm not an affiliate for them, but You'd have to talk to Damon. He can order it in. But a lot of carpet cleaners are using the product. And, when you find something that works that good and you're an experienced carpet cleaner, you realize that it's a gold mine. Like I said, all my end cap store stuff's on my top shelf for a reason. It's top shelf products. And it only cost, goodness, to mix the 8 ounces with a 2-gallon sprayer, it might be $1.50, maybe. I know it's under $2 if you break down. You got 6-pound jar for about $36, I think it is, or $34, maybe $31. I can't remember. And each pound is, you figure out how many ounces are in a pound, and then you multiply that. So basically, with 6 pounds, you could do the math and figure it out. I may do that someday, but it's not that important to me. But it might be important to somebody out there. I charge an appropriate fee. This one, I don't have to bring any spotters or anything in with me. All I did was spray it with the 2-gallon sprayer and dip the scrubbing pad into, I left probably an inch in the bucket, wrung it out, and here you are with me. We're at work and you can see what's happening. I'm not using any other chemicals, And you'll see me, I bring in only what I'm currently using. When I'm done, I try to bring it out. I'm not one of those guys that will bring in this machine, bring in the Auric, bring in my Orbital, bring in my actual chemicals, and bring in 4 or 5 different spotters or a bag full of spotting goods. And then maybe that makes you feel good. Customers see all that crap in their house and think woo, this guy's working. But I see that, and no disrespect to the people that do that. I just think, oh my gosh, what a nightmare. When you're done with the job, you kind of want to just roll the machine out, load it up, get paid, and go home. Those poor guys, and sometimes it's dark, and they got to finish the job, and then they got to load their vans. And when I say load the van, I mean all the tools, all the cleaning supplies. I don't know, why are you bringing all that stuff into the home? Can't you mix your chemical like me? I just put it in a bucket, bring in what I need. And occasionally I'll bring a spotter in. And I don't go overboard with too many spotters. I have a few, a rust remover, ammonia, clear ammonia, and maybe some Goo Gone, and what else? I like WD-40. It's a solvent. It'll break down gum and spots. And if you just use it as a surface cleaner and then clean it up, it works fantastic. But yeah, I try to keep things simple. I think that's why a lot of people will comment and message me on Facebook or text me and ask me about my method and how I do it. I try to make it look as simple as possible. I'm not a coach. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. I don't want to be a coach, so don't ask me. But you're here on my camera looking over my shoulder, and you should be able to learn. I'm not hiding anything. I certainly don't do anything in hiding, and that's why I like to show putting the chemical in the bucket, bringing it in and mixing it up. And once I get the proper camera or a GoPro, I'll let you watch the entire thing. I'll even leave it on and let you watch how I talk to the customer and take the payments. So, I don't care. If it helps somebody, that's awesome. So here I'm going to change the pad, or just, I should say, use the other side. Check it out. I got to snip that loose piece. So here we go. And for those of you who know, I was looking at the Orbot Vibe with some feedback from you guys, and I appreciate all the feedback, definitely. And some of you guys really like the Vibe. I think I'm going to end up buying one in the future anyway. But I wrote down what I was actually looking for, and I said, you know what? I really don't need the sprayers. I don't need the tanks. All I want is a machine like this one I'm using, but I want it to be lighter maybe a 14-inch head. And what's important to me is at least a 1 horsepower motor, because the Auric doesn't have the power that I really want to get the job done. Although it does, it just takes longer. So I talked to Damon and I said, I was going to buy this Orbit Vibe, and here's my list. What do you recommend? And he said, well, he sent me a couple videos and said, check this out. And it's the Eco, is it, I can't even think of it. Eco 14-inch Pro Light. Is it a Mighty? Eco Mighty? I'll update you once I look at it. I went ahead and they run brand new in the box. You can get them for $16.99, so about $1,700. And I already have the pads and stuff I need for the 17-inch unit. Or, I'm sorry. I'm gonna order the pads for the 14-inch. I do have a few 15-inch Ironman pads and some microfibers and things that I was trying to make work on the Auric. So I'll have a few there, and I will continue. I'll use all the machines. I like my Aurics. I have 2 Aurics. Definitely a believer in those. I have the 175 here, and then I'll have the Mighty Echo 14 Pro Light. And the beautiful thing about the Pro Light was Damon had called me back and said, I had wanted a 1 horsepower. This one's a 1.5. So it's a 1.5 horsepower motor, dual capacitor. And it's a 14-inch without the tank and the sprayers. It's going to be lightweight. It has the big, I don't know what they call them, pneumatic wheels, which are the big gray wheels. The only one I can think that I know is Integrity Carpet Cleaning. He's up here in Vancouver, Washington, a couple hours away from me. And I tend to go down there quite often to his neighborhood because they have a Cracker Barrel. That's my favorite restaurant. I love that country food. Oh, my gosh. So my wife and I will travel down there. But anyway, his name's Nate. And Nate has one of those Ecos. I think it might be bigger, though, maybe the 17-inch unit. And he does have the tank and the sprayer on it. But you can see that thing. He cleans churches with it. It's pretty awesome. And he's like me. He's a steam cleaner. He was truck-mounted steam clean that converted to a VLM, low moisture cleaning. In fact, it's the last setup I saw. I don't think he's posted a video lately. But the last setup I saw, he was using a small van like mine, probably a Ford Transit. Mine's a Nissan NV200. And the Auric Orbiter and a 10-inch Australian CRB. And so he's doing low moisture. He's basically encapsulating using the counter-rotating brush machine, then coming in and doing a second step, mopping it up with the Auric Orbiter with a Ironman pad. Or he may use Velcro pads, or not Velcro pads, microfiber pads with scrubbing strips, I think is what I saw in his truck. But anyway, that's the same machine, I think. It looks similar to that. So that thing is going to be shipped out in a couple days. Me living on the Puget Sound, which is like an island almost. Unless you want to go way, way down south to Portland and then come up along the proper channel, you can get here. Otherwise, you got to take a boat or a ferry. So they'll have to ship it out to Seattle.
It's a Nissan NV200.
And I'll just pick it up at the logistics company, trucking company. Check that out, man. It looks fantastic, right? I do love this machine, and I do like those wheels. It's killing the game. There's the dirty pad. I used both sides. And then, of course, I used the scrubbing pad ahead. I left that inside, I think, on the ledge or in the bathroom, so I'll have to get that. I'm going to go ahead and clean the stairs. I sprayed them already. And this is a 8-inch Ironman bonnet. It's all cotton, works exactly like the one on my other machine. And this is that Harbor Freight digital readout handheld orbiter, 1,000 to 3,500 RPM. And it has the Velcro 7-inch driver on it, which I recommend keeping. Some people get the smaller 5-inch. The 7-inch is awesome. Check it out. That Velcro is not going anywhere. The pad is moist, and I did spray. We'll set it on 1,000 RPM, the first setting. And I'll just go through, and I'm starting to find that this handheld, because I can change the speeds and I can get closer to the edges with that little overlap from the Ironman, I think the stairs come out cleaner this way than using the Auric. I don't know if you're a carpet cleaner, maybe chime in the comments. What do? Do you use a handheld to clean stairs, or do you use a smaller unit? What's my friend's name there? I think is it Darren at Squeaky Bubbles in the Leeds, United Kingdom? I saw a recent video he had, and I'm not sure what that machine is. He was cleaning stairs. It looked like a Auric Orbiter, but it was a different brand name. So I'll have to check that out. And hopefully I got his name right. I'm not sure if it's Darren. I usually refer to people as whatever their channel name is, so Squeaky Bubbles Carpet Cleaning. That guy's killing the game. He does the same system as me. He has a portable. His is a really nice Airflex, I think. That's the machine I would recommend if you want a powerful portable 2 cords, but you don't have to add the booster or anything on it. He does add a heater to it. You can do that as well, or just use hot tap water. I know I said I'm doing low moisture only as of the past month, 2 months, whatever it is, only because 90% of my work this whole last year was with the Auric Orbiter doing low moisture cleaning. So I unloaded my portable extractor, and I know I get a lot of comments, guys asking me why I'm not steam cleaning anymore. If I absolutely have to, the only reason I would pull that thing out again is if somebody insisted on steam cleaning and it was a large job, maybe 500 plus. Then $500 worth of my labor there, then I would consider doing it. Other than that, I just run over the years. I went from truck mount back down to the portable, and now the portable unit for just one man. If you're a one-man show, I think the Squeaky Bubbles, his a cute gal that works with him. I think it's his wife. And so she can hold the hose, she can direct the cord, whatever they need to do, fill the machine, dump the machine. I'm not sure how he works it, but when my son worked with me, we worked in duo, and it was no big deal. But trying to maneuver the machine to the porch, our driveways are all gravel out here, it rains, dirt, finding the hookup for water, dragging hoses through the home, I hated it. I stopped enjoying what I was doing. And now I'm getting more work than I got when I was offering steam cleaning at the same price or more. And I look forward to it. I love doing this. Look at this. Little tiny handheld, kill the stairs. Anyone that uses steam to clean stairs knows that's a BICTH. I hated that. I would get and some of these homes are 3 stories high that I do. And it's just too much labor for me, but I get great results. Check it out. VLM, absolutely love it. I'll have my Mighty Echo 14 Pro Lite coming soon.